G'day YouTube, Nick here, and today I'm going to make a chicken feeding system. Here are some of the things you're going to need to make your own at home. Alright guys, so these are the things you're going to need. You are going to need a marker of some description, a plastic tub, I've selected to use 6 90-degree 90mm PVC elbows. You'll need some silicone. I've selected clear because I have a clear tub. You may or may not need a file. If you don't have a file, you can always use a sharp knife to clean up the edges after you've cut it. You'll need a drill, of course, and a hole saw set. Let me give you a bit of an understanding of what I'm doing up here. You can probably see me in the other camera as well. So what I've done is I've taken my 90-degree bend and I've placed it so that it touches the bottom of the tub and touches the side of the tub. Now what I want to do, see where I've put the X, it's not quite centered, it's a little bit higher, that's the top of the tub. So what I've done is I've put it about, probably about 8 to 10 millimeters higher than the center, so that when my 90-degree bend is placed in the hole that I'll be drilling, the bottom will sit 10 mil above the surface. The other thing, of course, that I can do is cut a little bit of the inside of that out. So I cut a little bit of that flange off so that there's a bit more access for the food to get in there. So let's get started. Now here's a good tip for you. When you're cutting a hole with a hole saw in plastic, instead of running your drill forwards and using the actual teeth to do the cutting, I know that's probably not focused, rather than running it forwards and using the teeth to do the cutting, run it backwards. And what happens is, what you end up doing is, in essence, just abrading the surface rather than cutting it. The beauty of that is your hole saw won't catch on the plastic and tear it to bits. I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. Another tip, so when you just put a crack in the tub, luckily it's smaller than 90mm in length, so hopefully I'll be able to, get around it. Drill pilot holes and a backing board. Take 2. Go slowly, take your time. Let's try again with a small hole saw. Beautiful. Well, that's 2 holes perfectly done, and the pipes are in there. Now I'll do the other 4 and I'll be back. Alright, so there we go. We have our 6 holes cut out. That one there obviously is... Whoops. That one there obviously is way too big. The rest of them are nice tight fit, which is what you actually want. I want it to be loosey-goosey. Just got to clean up these last 2. And I will say the knife is easily the most simple method to clean these up. It's quick, you just run it around. Fudge. So as you can see, whilst trying to clean up this edge here, got a bit overzealous with my knife. So what I'm doing is, hopefully this will focus, is just running the knife down and cutting off this, I guess it's swarth. But as I did that, I came around a bit hard, got caught in that notch and split the box a little bit. It's not so bad. It's not the end of the world, but it is a little bit annoying. But I'll silicon that up, it'll come up fine. Now I just got to work out what I can do with that hole that I made too big. I might be filling it in and just having 5 outlets on this chicken feeder. We'll see. Well, the sun's starting to go down. So hopefully I can get some of this done before you can't see me anymore. Since the last time we had a chat, I've made the changes to my design. So ordinarily your bends come out as a 90-degree bend, fairly tight radius, and a flat flange. What I've done is I've cut basically with my die grinder. And that sandpapered wheel drum thing from before, just cut out a little notch so that when they're in the tub, as you might, no you can't see through, if you have a look through there, so see how it kind of has a bit of a hole there. That'll help the grain get in there a bit easier and make it a bit simpler for the chickens to access the food and mean that it doesn't block up. Well, here we go. That's it pretty much done. As you can see, that hole that I oversized earlier, I've just got some masking tape holding that plug in, and I've just put some silicone all the way around and smoothed that off and sort of leveled it out. Hopefully that will hold it. Once that dries, I'm going to remove the masking tape from the back and do the silicone on the outside as well. Hopefully that'll be strong enough to hold back however much grain fits in this container. But as you can see, I've siliconed in all of the holes, portals, places where the chickens will get their food. Make sure they also don't fall out. But that's pretty much it. The longest part of this process really was making those holes bigger with whether it was a carbide burr or a file or a knife or whatever you're doing. That and the drying process I imagine will take some time. 24 hours. So I'm gonna have to leave that overnight, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much done. Lid on, food in that, and that's it. That's ready to feed your chickens once you blow it out with the air compressor. But I'd say that's a success. I've done well, I think. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this idea helps you. Yeah, I guess the problem we were trying to solve was that our chickens just throw the food everywhere. So I'm hoping this will solve that problem. Needed an extra day to put the second layer of silicone on the outside of the plug put in, just to let it air out a bit. As you can see, I haven't blown it out yet. These are all sturdy. These are really sturdy. They're not going anywhere. That plug is really well stuck in there. These all sit up off the ground a bit. You can sort of see, hopefully when I drop it in there, you can sort of see they sit up. And that notch that I showed just a bit before, cut out earlier. That should hopefully help the grain get in there. Get these spaces out of here. But yeah, I think it went well. I'm about to blow it out with the air compressor and dump some grain and see how it goes. See what the chickens think of it. Here we go, let's fill it up. Lid on. Looks good. So as you can see, sorry, the chickens are being noisy. The grain has come through there. Come through all of them. That looks really good. Hopefully this also keeps those little birds away. Let me know what you thought. Leave a comment. Like this video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you next time. Don't punch it harder. Oh,